And we are live. Welcome everybody to the channel. Solomon again, back with another video. Like I used to say, look now, hit the like button, subscribe, and let's jump into the conversation. We are live again. And in this video, we're actually going to be, this live, we're going to be discussing a lot of things. We're going to be starting with the issue of the NFF, another corruption issue on the NFF issue. Like we have been discussing this, and this is a matter that I feel like needs our attention. And one of the reasons why I feel we need to always discuss this is because it's very, very important. And sometimes our football can actually get to where it's supposed to be when people decide to do the right thing. Big up everybody watching. Don't forget to smash up the like, subscribe. 209 is our subscriber at the moment. Let us go. We're trying to make sure that we hit the 500 subscribers before the season starts. So pick up everybody, smash up the like as I work in it, subscribe, and let us go jump into it. So now we're actually going to be talking about a lot of this. Let's just take them page by page. When stick fall on stick, when stick fall on stick, with the come time from the one way they on top to the one way they underneath. Pick up everybody as we dissect what's really going on in the world of soccer. So today it's not about the Super Eagles, it's not about Arsenal, it's about the Super Eagles. So maybe basically everybody can actually, walk up and join and let us have conversation on the Super Eagles. And now this is the first news we're going to be talking about, starting with the case of Mikel Obi. Now, without being told, without further ado, we all have heard the news, that Mikel Obi came out and said, that the NFF he actually paid for the Olympic team transportation from to Rio de Janeiro. Then that the federation was not able to get, they didn't give them they couldn't pay for their flight, and he had to dip into his pocket to pay for the flight. Now let me start from here. My people. Now the truth of this matter is this: one, we heard this news when they were going to Rio de Janeiro, and the news actually sounds truthful. To me, it sounds truthful, and I'm not even going to lie. I'm not going to tell you lie. In Nigeria, we are all Nigerians, and we understand as this thing goes. Let me tell you the truth. I cannot beat my chest. Like I said, if I want to lie, I know many people have come outside, like just I said, it's Super Eagles. We're talking about CSI came outside, and one other player, I think they came outside to say that, oh no, it shouldn't be, like maybe probably he didn't do this, he didn't fund this, he didn't fund that. But let's be honest with ourselves, this is Nigeria we are talking about. We know exactly how we operate. We know exactly how we run in Nigeria. Now, this thing that Mikel has said, let me tell you something. There's an element of truth there. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to believe it, whether you want to believe the NFF or you want to believe Mikel is this, Mikel is that, one way or the other, I'm telling you the truth. There's going to be an element of truth. And what the truth is, nobody knows at the moment. But for me, and that's what I want us to talk about. What do you think? What do you know? About this comment that Mikel made? He said the NFF are still owing him that flight. Rio de Janeiro, that Olympics, Rio de Janeiro. That one, I think that was the tournament I first saw Chus Ekong there playing for the national team. That particular tournament, over long ago, until now, he said he has not been reimbursed. He has not been paid back. Now, my question is this: if Mikel Obi was not telling the truth, why can't the NFF come out and speak and kind of debunk exactly what he has said? Because for me, I feel they need to debunk what he has said. Personally, I feel they need to come out and debunk it. Okay, fine. If they now decided that, okay, no, we're not going to debunk this matter, we don't even have time for him to be debunking these matters, we don't have time to be debunking the story he's talking about, then at least there should be someone. Now, let me tell you something. That Samson Siasia came outside, because according to what he said, I know many of us must have read the story. I don't want to start playing things. Samson Siasia came outside and said, no, Mikel Obi did not pay for any flight. Also, I think Relegate or somebody, I can't remember the last person that came out and made that comment that he did not make that payment. But you and I, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Do you think Mikel will just look up? In fact, Siasia went to this sort of say that maybe if Mikel is broke, that Mikel should come out and actually speak and not looking for money. No way. Do you think Mikel is broke to be making those allegations? Mind you, don't forget, we heard the news when we were going to Rio that there was no money. We heard the news. We heard the news. We knew what was happening. We heard the news and we knew that happened. So no Nigerians he will tell you that he or she does not know the news that we're talking about. Every Nigeria knows, we know the news, we know what was going on, we know that that happened, it actually happened, and that is what we are sure about. So now Samson Siasia are coming out and telling us that, oh no, we did not, this did not happen, it did not know. We don't know what, although really what is hidden, only God knows. Only God knows. But for me, I just feel all these sagas going on in the Super Eagles is not necessary. It shouldn't actually be going on. It shouldn't be working. It shouldn't be happening in our football. And yes, we keep clamoring and shouting about corruption. But the problem is that who are the people causing the corruption? Nobody us. Now, when NFF knew that they have done the justice to us and they have sorted out the situation, why is it that they do not come out openly to disregard this? Do you think Mikel is telling, he's trying to formulate story or create this something that is not there? Me, I don't want to be one-sided on this, but all I'm saying is that this is not actually making sense, especially for Nigeria. The way he's making Nigeria look out there, it doesn't make sense. Many of us still want Nigeria to be has been seen as a good team out there. Let's not deceive ourselves, because this embarrassment is too much, especially on the NFF. And if the NFF know, we will have a lot of things that they are saying. Me, I'm telling you that what is hidden, God knows. But overall, I just feel this needs to be clarified. And even though it is little, and it is a very big thing. Now, Samson Siasia coming out and saying that Mikel is trying to look for money or this and that is something that needs to look into. Are you sure that this man himself is not trying to get into the good book of NFF? Because basically, Siasia is, as we know what happened to him. Are you sure? How sure are we that he is not, because then we have to work with what we know here. The truth of the matter and what we knew, that duly, Mikel actually paid some money, because we heard the news. Everybody saw the news, and nobody did debunk the news that he paid money for some things. And that's what I'm saying. He actually spent money, and what he's saying is that this money has not been refunded. Now, it is now left to us, personally, as a person, to fine-tune, to deduce from it what exactly happened. And that's why I'm telling you, I'm not taking the side of Mikel. I don't really like Mikel, even the way he used to talk, go up on people. But to be honest, there is an announcement of truth in what he is saying. Everybody that's watching, let me know what you think in the comment section. The case of Mikel Obi. Do you think that Mikel Obi is actually poor and is looking for money, or you think this issue they owe him money? NFF, I just feel NFF needs to come out and clear this air once and for all. This is an embarrassment on the NFF, one way or the other, and that's what I think on this news. Because I'm not even going to tell you lie. The case of Samson Siasia coming out, I don't trust him, because he also might be trying to get into the book of the NFF. I'm just saying allegedly, but me personally, I just feel there's an announcement of truth. What is hidden, only God knows. But overall, for me, I just think this man wouldn't have gone to an international television, and start telling people that NFF is owing him. And how does that look? How does that portray Nigeria out there? How does this portray our country out there, when we have ex-stars saying that the national team owes him money? A couple of weeks ago was when we were reporting that the Unity Cup that was played, NFF has not paid them their money. So all these things, you are looking at it, all the story is looking new. What is looking true? Let's see. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you think Mikel is right, or maybe you think something, let me know in the comment section. Big up everybody that's watching. For you to smash up the like, subscribe, and let's move on to the next topic. Now, looking at the next case, and that is, we have to talk about the case of Sunday Oliseh. Now, I don't know how many of you have seen him. He went to a national radio. I think there was a call. I think he was being interviewed by Charles Anazodo, and he came up and said he cleared the air concerning Ahmed Musa's case, and also he spoke about Victor Osimhen, and he also spoke about the national team in general. Now, I just want to pick out some things from there. I don't want to play any videos in this particular video, but I just want to discuss. Let me know what you think in question. Now, the first thing I want to talk about was on the case of Ahmed Musa. He said he wanted to clear the air. He said he never said Ahmed Musa should not be in the national team. that he never said that he should not be starting a game. He said what he said. He said if he has any issue with Ahmed Musa, he said he's going to pick up a phone, call Ahmed Musa, and then tell him whatever he needs to tell him on phone. He mentioned that he needs to clear the air. He's just saying that Ahmed, I think he just cleared the air talking about responsibility of being the team captain, blah, 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 this and that. He cleared it. He said if he doesn't have any issue with Ahmed Musa in person, but he's just, I think he cleared on that, and that's one thing I need to get. But he made mention of some things, particularly, he made mention of some things which I personally want to actually discuss. And when it comes to, I will start with that of the national team. Now, when talking about national, he said, he made his point that he said he was not a fan of a foreign coach. And then he brought in Oliseh on this matter. Now, I think his main worry and the complaint that he has is the fact that we are paying this foreign coach big money, the same money that we cannot pay those guys who are done it. And he said, and he made a statement specifically. He said, apart from this man that took us and won the AFCON, is it Western or something like that, that won the AFCON of the year? He said you should mention exactly how many of all those coaches that we have brought in that has actually won or taken us or done something better. And he has a point there, let me not lie. He said most of the person that won us the league, that won us that that won us that AFCON again was Stephen Kechi, who was a local coach. And he now mentioned this, that even when it was the foreign coach that they are during the time of Osimhen coach, when the national team was very good, he made a point that he said they are the ones who are always like, when things get worse, they will come to themselves in training and they will come to themselves in the group and then they will speak about it and they will talk about it and things. I know, well, I bet not give me that kind of pass. In fact, they made it that they themselves used to tell them themselves, stand up and change things for themselves. It was not really the coach. Now, my big question is this: do you think that hiring a foreign manager is the best? Do you think we should stick to our local manager? Let me know in the comments. But for me, what I'm not trying to tell you is this. Now, I am not concerned whoever our coach is at the moment. I'm not concerned who is our national team coach. My own is that I want to see development. I want to see good football. I want to see the team upgrading. Now, my joy would be Super Eagles going to the World Cup. And Super Eagles winning the African Cup of Nations. I saw a quote from the national team captain, that's William Ekong, concerning that. He said that we can still go to the World Cup and we can still, we will win the African Cup of Nations, like something like that. But those are the things I want to hear. And for me as a person, I will continue to cherish that kind of a thing than me or deciding to go against my national team. I will not go against my team because I will always support Nigeria because I'm a Nigerian anyway. Now, for me, what Oliseh's point is, I'm picking it, I get it perfectly. Oliseh is saying, why would you be giving a foreign coach close to $1 million as a salary? And when it comes to a local coach who could actually do it, he mentioned that Ahmed Shuaib, I think Ahmed Shuaib or something, that he has taken us to more World Cup even than most of all the coaches that we have had. And he said all these coaches we are getting, what they do is that they collect big money and use the Nigerian to build their CV and get a better job out there. That's what they do. He now mentioned the fact that we are a proper footballing nation and we should be hiring better coaches. Okay, to the point he said that they have not made any difference. And that's true. I keep saying this. As a Super Eagles, I'm expecting that. Is it the money that we don't have in the NFF or something? Why is it that we keep getting these scraps of a coach, manager, not the current manager? I'm not speaking of the current manager before you come out. I'm not about Oliseh. I'm not about hiring crabs who are not able to implement new policies, make the team look better, make the team play better. So that's my own issue. Why are we finding it difficult to hire a standard, solid coach for the Super Eagles? That's my question. Now, for me, I want the best from the national team, but I expect ourselves, I don't care who the manager is, but even if it's the manager, what he now mentioned was that we as a person needs to do this. We need to train our local coach, expose them. And he now mentioned that, look at how Stephen Kechi, he had to go out there, we saw what he did with Togo. And he mentioned the case of Ahmed Musa, who has been trying to be the manager, but one way or the other has not gotten there. No, that is it. For me, he has a point over there, and I understand him. And at first, I didn't actually understand what he was saying. I was saying that he was just being jealous because he had his time and he couldn't implement his style. And now I understand that it's not about his style, it's just about the team being good. And that's what I feel like he has done. So for me, big up Sunday Oliseh on that. I think he has a point on that. And then he has a right to be concerned about the Super Eagles. And he feels like the Super Eagles, I feel like the Super Eagles need to do more generally in order for it. We can do better. And every of all these arguments we are having, by the time we go front, go back, and everything, it goes back to the NFF. It goes back to the Nigerian Federation and every other thing that every other organization that we keep on. And if you know me on this channel, I've always been hammering and ironing and saying it again and again that I feel that one of the problems that we have, even as a national team, is the fact that we ourselves are not able to organize ourselves properly to do things, especially the way they are supposed to be in the Super Eagles. Sometimes when we ourselves just decide that, okay, we want to do things right, we want to get this right ourselves, we will get it right. All we need to do is put the right people in the right places and we'll start getting results. And that is what I expect us to do. But the problem with the Super Eagles is that we just would not get it right. And finally, on that same topic, Sunday Oliseh also mentioned the case of Victor Osimhen, and he was talking about him going to Chelsea, taking pay cut, that the best thing for him would be to go to Chelsea. Now, that is where I would disagree with him a bit, and I will tell you why. He was saying that Osimhen, blah blah, going to Turkey, he should go to somewhere like England where he'll be able to get this endorsement and then pay cuts, and then so that when he score goals, his names will be on the map. That Lukman is being rated than him. Now that is where I'll get it on. Yes, Lukman achieved a lot, and people might rate. I don't know how much where he's getting the ideology that people rate Lukman more than Victor Osimhen. I don't get it, because even Lukman himself is struggling right now to get a club because Atlanta doesn't want to use him again, and they are still trying to discard him. And I am even afraid that I don't think Lukman coming back to EPL will find EPL easy for him. Generally, I don't know, but like that's just another case. So I'm not talking about Lukman today. I don't think anything has broken concerning Lukman's future. But on Osimhen's future, let me tell you where I disagree and what I'm saying. Victor Osimhen deserves whatever he deserves. Now, look at all the strikers compared to Victor Osimhen at the moment. All the strikers compared to Victor Osimhen at the moment. You talk about Lyon, Mbappe, and the rest of them. Tell me any one of them that is on. Osimhen is the least paid of all. He's the one collecting the least money amongst all of them. Talk about Kane. If you want to compare Osimhen now, you compare what other striker you want to compare him to? Osimhen earned the lowest. Now, this guy, how much is he asking for? He's not even asking for 300,000. He's not asking for 300,000. I think it's 260 or something, whatever that's in, which he deserves. Kylian Mbappe is on 500. Ayala is on 500. This guy is asking for nothing too much. It's not too much for him. Basically, this club should be able to pay. We are not telling him to take a pay cut and go to Chelsea. Chelsea, who doesn't, you don't have any. What if it happens? What do you mean? In fact, let me tell you something. Let me say this now. Yeah? Let me put this out. Let me put this out so you can get it. I'm among the people that doesn't really care. Osimhen doesn't need to prove himself to anybody again. Maybe you need Osimhen to prove himself to you, but he personally does not need to prove himself to me, and I'll tell you why. Because he has already proven what he needs to prove. Now, let me tell you something. Let's be honest. Osimhen, they cannot give him Ballon d'Or. They are not going to give him the Ballon d'Or anyway, even no matter how good he is. So let's forget about. Let's put that it's going to take a miracle for Osimhen to win Ballon d'Or, because I know them. The sentiment will always be there. He beats many of those strikers now, and they don't rate him anyway, which is normal, and that's what we do. So for me, you should have just Osimhen, enjoy your life to the fullest. Go to Saudi, collect your listing, big boy, collect your bag. Just your own is let your hunger not stop. Continue to do what you do, what you know how to do best. And for me, I believe you will make it. So for whether it goes to anywhere, I don't care where Osimhen goes to. I believe Osimhen will make it. Osimhen is a big boy, and Osimhen will get the best. So whatever he decides to do about his future personally, I know Oliseh telling him to take a pay cut and go to Chelsea. If Chelsea wants Osimhen, Chelsea should pay what Osimhen wants. Simple. It's not too much. The wage is not too much. 300 is not too much compared to Erling Haaland, compared to what do you call him, to Mbappe and all this. You think Victor Gyökeres now? If Victor Gyökeres or Sesko will go to Arsenal, don't you know how much they will pay him? Don't you know how much they will pay Gyökeres and Sesko? I'm telling you the truth. Let's just forget about it. This is not happening. Osimhen deserves whatever he is asking for. It's not too much. Osimhen is not too much. It's not greedy. He has won the league at Napoli. He was the best player for Lyon when he left there. He has won he has taking Galatasaray to win another league, and you're telling me that he should go back and go and take pay cuts. I'm not in support of that. He should go where he is wanted. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. What do you think about this Victor Osimhen saga? Do you think he should take a pay cut and go to Chelsea? Do you think he should, stick to his guns and do whatever? To me, he has time. He should relax. Osimhen is not a waste product. Everybody, you will get him. We will get a club, and the club gets him. Even if let him stay at Galatasaray, let him run his contract down at Napoli. It doesn't concern me. My own is that I know that with the time he will, get there. That's what I know. Now, moving on from that story, from the story of the striker, that's the big one, and this one was one that came as a shocker to me yesterday. That when I saw this news, it was shocking. It was seriously shocking, and that is the case of Olympique Lyonnais. We have been told that Olympique Lyon are likely to be relegated. Like Olympique Lyon are likely to be relegated, sent to the French Ligue 2 this season as a sort of financial whatever. Big up everybody was watching. Smash up the like, subscribe. 209. Please just continue to move the count up before the season. Thank you so much for watching. But let me tell you something. This financial fair play thing, I think these people are just they are picking on every club that they can pick on. Look at how quick this judgment was. Look at the way the likes of those teams like Juve, all those clubs, when they got their this thing, they got it sharp. They gave them all their this thing sharp. Give them with new Olympic Lyon, relegation, Juve, relegation, point deduction, this there. But when it comes to the big boys, when it comes to the almighty United, when it comes to Chelsea, when it comes to these guys, they will find a way. They will find a way around the matter. And then the issue with them till today now, this same problem that Lyon is going through now, that's what Man City is dragging up, and they are still on it till now. And it is not ending. Ever ending saga. It has been going around, and they have been cooking the books, doing all they can so far, and nothing has been discovered. Don't you think? Do you think this fair play thing is just working for some people? That's my question. This fair play thing, I think, is beginning to only work for some people. It's not working for everybody. It's just not being fair. They are not just being fair. Because, well, I know they might be guilty. This is not about them being guilty or they not being guilty. I know definitely they can be. I know that definitely there must have been a reason why they are actually under the coach of trying to get them relegated. But the truth of the matter is that why pick on these ones? Why not pick on the ones that we know? And let me tell you something. I just that whatever is good. Why is it that football is always especially those clubs with money? Why? Okay, there are many times that Manchester United, I'm sorry, allegedly has been caught like this, and they've given them a slap in the wrist. Like they'll just give them a slap in the wrist and then they go on. Why? That immediately decisions are made for all these teams. Decisions are very smart, sweet, and they are relegated. But the problem is that when it comes to the big club, is it that because they are monumental and they are in the big club, and then exactly all these things could not actually work? That's what I don't actually understand. Honestly, that's exactly what I don't understand. But you're watching there, you're watching this. I want to know what you think. Do you think it's just the way it is? Imagine Everton was sent back to was deducted. Everton was deducted point twice, and then you are telling me that this team keeps struggling. Like they get their judgment immediately, but all these big teams do not. I just think football should be made an even game, and then it should not actually be one-sided, like only one person, getting all this punishment, and the rest of them, whoever is found guilty should be taking responsibility for what they do. Well, it's a big one for me. It's a big one for me because it will be a loss for the likes of Lacazette, Ashley Maitland-Niles, Shecky left the club already, and some other players that will be relegating with the club. Personally, they will lose many of their players, and they will need to be struggling, to come back from the relegation. And it's going to be a tough one for Lyon, because basically the details of it is that although they said they are still going to appeal it, let's see how it goes. But basically, that's just what happens when your team is not as strong as in when you don't have this financial backing that you are supposed to have as a club. For me, I think football now is all about money. So, everybody that's watching, don't forget to smash up the like, subscribe. One of you is watching now, right now. Please, please, please leave a comment and let us discuss what we have discussed. Let's speak on all the topics we have spoken about. Talking about, we spoke about the case of we talked about the case of what's his name? Mikel Obi's saga with NFF, which someone worries me. I don't know. Then we moved on to the story of Victor Oliseh, talking about Ahmed Musa and some other Victor Osimhen's transfer, and also about his concern about the foreign manager. And finally, we talked about the Olympic Lyon relegation saga. It's actually a tough one for them to swallow. But before we go, which is as usual, we have to scan round the world of sports and find out some things going out in the world of sport. So we're going to check out Sky News Transfer Center, and I'm going to just scroll with you guys so that we can see what actually is happening. Before I do that, let me put myself on full screen so that you can get a copy of that. All right, so we're going to be looking at what is actually popping in the transfer market. What's actually popping in the transfer market? And the first one that I'm seeing at the moment is the story of Kekes. Is the story of Kekes. Let me just put that up now. Let me put that here now. Sorry. Yeah. So we're having the case of Kekes. We found out that Liverpool are close to completing a 40 million deal for me. I've told you guys, I am scared of Liverpool. I'm scared of Liverpool. Honestly. Liverpool scared me. They have signed a lot of players, and if honestly these players click the way we expect them to, if they click, sorry, we're in trouble. Liverpool are close to completing 40 million for Milos Kekes from Bournemouth. 21 left back excel under Adoni Areola last season and has attributed to be a long-term replacement for Andre Robertson. That's the first one that got first one. Then Delap yesterday got his goal for Chelsea, and news coming up: Newcastle are prepared to fight to keep star striker Isak in St. James's Park, and is ready to make him the best paid player in the club history to do it, according to the Times. With clubs like Liverpool, Barcelona, Arsenal all interested in the striker, Newcastle are ready to open talks with Isak over a new deal that could see him go beyond the 150,000 pounds a week mark, taking him past top earners like Bruno Guimaraes, Sandro Tonali, and Anthony Gordon. Now, the truth of this matter is this: if Isak is not going to Arsenal, which is my partiality, yes, call me partial, yes, but he should not just go to Liverpool. Why would he be going to Liverpool? That is unfair. That is nowhere near fair. And for me, I think we need to find something to do to this case. Liverpool do not get this. He's on one. He's currently lower than 150, and for me, the guy doesn't even want to go probably because he has Champions League football and he's doing fine at the place. He's like a big boy. He's enjoying everything he wants. He will play Champions League football. There's nothing he will be looking for he will not get. So I don't see the reason why he necessarily do not need to leave. But at the moment, he's scary if he goes to Liverpool. That is the next. Let's move on. Southampton review still okay. Southampton has not gotten the coach yet. Everton and Man United keen on 9 million in DD. Yes. Everton and Manchester United are both interested in Leicester holding midfielder Wilfred Ndidi. Reports the Nigerian International 28 has a 9 million relegation release clause in his contract in power. What would you guys think? Mick, Wilfred Ndidi to Manchester United. I want to, what do you think in the comment section? Wilfred Ndidi to Manchester United, to bench Casemiro and go. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. We also have Atlanta close to Suleiman deal, but PL clubs are interested. Now, if you remember this guy, Kamadin Suleimana, that is that black guy that plays, is it left wing now for Southampton? He's the Southampton player that plays left wing. That guy is actually very decent, not very good, decent. And I guess he's taking interest. James set for a new deal at Leeds. Than James. Then we have Walker Peters to leave Southampton since they are relegated. Bring 5.5 there. Okay. Chelsea search for goalkeeper. Maigan set to stay at AC Milan after Chelsea interest. AC Milan's new sporting director, Eagle Tare, I mean, so don't mind my pronunciation, has confirmed that Mike Megan will be staying at the club as it stands after Chelsea decided not to sign him this summer. He said, Megan is not leaving for now. If anything, continue to play for AC Milan next year too. An agreement has not been reached with Chelsea, and he is a point of reference on and off the pitch. Okay, now this is the latest on Arsenal and Norgard. Arsenal are expensive in signing Brentford midfielder Christian Norgard. This guy is 31. I don't know what they're looking for. Denmark International 31 is one of the number of midfield options the club is looking at amid Thomas Partey expiring contract. Partey has been offered new terms by Arsenal, but nothing has been agreed yet, and his current contract expires in 5 days. Like that Partey's case, we have already discussed this. I wouldn't want to talk about that again because I know that Partey is just trying to hold out to see how much he can get, and he's probably likely signing one of the biggest, as this is like the last big contract that he's going to sign. So for me, that is what he will want to get the best out of it. Because everyone of you that are watching, 2 of you are watching, please smash up the like. If you have not liked the video, please subscribe to the channel. Help me. I'm not asking you to send me anything. Just subscribe and just be a part of the community. Thank you so much. God bless. Let's move on to Liverpool have funds to test Isak resolve. See, these are the news I don't want to hear that they scare me in the sense that, you know, how would Liverpool, with what they have, with Mo Salah, with Diaz, with now they bought Florian Watts or Wits or whatever you call him. They brought in a lot of players and they still want to bring in Isak, the best striker in DPL at the moment. I don't think that would be fair enough. And I don't know how they want to do the fund, but that fund should not come out because I don't know how that fund is going to be coming out, but that fund should not just come out for me. I don't think it will be fair. Moving on to the news now, we talk about okay, Norgard, Arsenal. We've talked about that. Let's move on to Tete choosing between Fulham or staying at Everton. Okay, Juventus to hold talks with Manchester United over Sancho. Juventus are expected to hold talks with Manchester United today over a deal for Jadon Sancho. The clubs are believed to have scheduled a video call to discuss a potential transfer. Juventus wants to beat Napoli to his signature. I'm very sure any Manchester United fan will be happy to get this thing because they just want Jadon Sancho out at the moment. Nobody cares. They want him out. They don't really care where he goes to. They just want him out. Now, Adam Lallana has announced his retirement from football. He's 37 and he's retiring after a time at Southampton. QPR head coach, and I think we are done for that. Basically, there are not much news online. Like, speaking of, finally, before I go, I would just like to discuss and look at the Club World Cup. The Club World Cup. Now, there's some games actually going on today. Talking about the Club World Cup. Let me just get some of the fixtures on the Club World Cup. Okay, I'm going to get that on now. Yesterday we had Chelsea, seeing off Experience Tunis 3-0 and Lyon, getting his goal. Let me start with that. And today we're going to be seeing Fluminense playing on clicking on Mamelodi Sundown, and those are the people. Now, but before we do that, let's just look at the table, how the old table looks like. So we have in Group A, we have Palmeiras on top. Let me put that up. We have Palmeiras on top with 5 points. Inter Miami on 5 points. Then we have Porto and Al on 2 points, meaning that, and they have completed the game for that group. So meaning that Porto and Al Ahly are out. Porto and Al Ahly are out. Now we move to the next group, which is the PSG group. We have PSG and Botafogo, going through in that group. PSG with 6 points, Botafogo with 6 points. Atletico Madrid had 6 points, but it was not enough because they lost out because based on goal difference. And that is why losing against PSG then for that amount of goals actually took a toll on them, and they have a negative goal of -1. So definitely they were knocked out. Now we move to the group of Benfica. We have Benfica topping that group with 7 points, followed by Bayern with 6 points, and then you have Boca Juniors on 2 points and Auckland City on 1 point. Now you have Benfica and Bayern Munich also going through in that group, meaning that you have Boca Juniors and Auckland City going home. Then we go to the group of Chelsea. Chelsea also scaling through. Now, meaning that one of the African countries now have been going out now, and they are the one I actually wanted to. We have Flamengo stopping the group with 7 points, Chelsea there with 6 points, and Experience Tunis with 3 points, and then LAFC are out. LAFC are out. LAFC and Experience Tunis are out. Now, some people are going to be playing today. That includes River Plate, Inter, Monreal, and the RELEGATED Diamond. Those guys, I think the group are already clear anyway. I think apart from Montreal, who is likely to get a point if they beat River Plate. That is if they are able to beat River Plate, but that's going to be very, very difficult. I don't know who they are playing anyway, but they need to win to go up. So I think Inter will go scale through that group. I think Inter will top the group. I think Inter should be able to score more goals and top this group. River Plate also, I think, should be able to see the RELEGATED Diamond will finish up on 0 points. Let's go to feminist group. Mamelodi Sundown. Now, this is where I am going to actually be watching. I am actually going to be watching this game. Mamelodi Sundown against this thing. I want Sundowns to win. I need Sundowns Sundowns needs to win this game. I'm Nigerian though, and I should be supporting that. But this time I'm going all in supporting this South African club. I am supporting Sundowns. I need Sundowns to actually show what they can do. They need to show African football. They need to put, in fact, our whole hope is on them alone right now. So I'm expecting them. I think I will look at the games we have now. I will look at the games they have. I will look at the next game they have. And then you have a Juventus group whereby they are more likely that they've all qualified and nothing is going to happen in that group. You have Juventus and Man City. It doesn't matter what they need to do. They both will be qualifying from that group. But speaking of Mamelodi Sundown, I would like to know who Mamelodi Sundown is going to be playing. That one is important to me. In fact, today, please, guys, let's just go out and go and support Mamelodi Sundown. Sundown needs to win this game. Sundown needs to win this game. I don't know. I just want them to win this game. They need to beat Fluminense so that when they beat them, they will qualify. I'm going to be supporting them, to go through in the Club World Cup. And now, I would like to get your opinion. Those people are watching, please tell me. Don't you think this World Cup how do you think this Club World Cup will have an impact on the season, on next season? What impact do you think this Club World Cup will have on next season? Honestly, I would like to know, because basically, I feel like these clubs that are in the Club World Cup are not able to rest, and at the moment is going to tell on their results later when the season starts. Now, some of the knockout stage has been determined. For those that will learn, let me just give it to you today. We have Palmeiras will be playing Botafogo. I don't like the way they are putting them together. I don't think they should put them together at the moment. You have Chelsea taking on Benfica. We have PSG and Inter Miami already. We're going to be having Lionel Messi will be playing his old coach. PSG will be playing Inter Miami, and then Flamingos will be playing Bayern, and the other ones, I hope that Mamelodi Sundown will actually see this through, because I believe they are the African champions, and I would appreciate if they are able to, scale to the next place. The Brazilian team, I think their sport is, well, they are getting to the quarterfinals. That one is for sure. I am very sure they will be getting to the quarterfinals for sure. At least one of the Brazilian team will do justice to that. Big up everybody that is watching. Thank you for watching. Smash up the like, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Before we go, we are in about the 15 minutes mark. We're going to wrap it up now. Don't forget, let me know what you think in the comment section. Smash up the like, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I want to just look at some other news. I cannot do without speaking about Arsenal. Definitely, I have to talk about Arsenal now, because I think that's the story. But don't forget, please let me know what you think about those topics we have discussed in this video. Let me know. I think there's nothing also for Arsenal. I think Arsenal is just still doing their story about we are observing, we are watching. Yo, my people, sorry, Gary. I think that's what just took me out there. Big up everybody for watching. Don't forget to smash on the like, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I would like to know what you think concerning all we have discussed. No big news. I think we just have to move on from this one. Finally, before we go, I think it's just time we look at Arsenal next fixture, and that is against Milan. And don't forget, there's going to be a watch along on that game. On the watch along for that show is going to be on this one. We're going to be watching the game live. I need to just show. I want to show us. They want to bring up the game up now. For those of you that doesn't know, let me share us that so we can see. So our first preseason game is actually going to be here. It's actually going to be against AC Milan. So let's put that. It's going to be against AC Milan. We're actually going to be playing AC Milan, and the date to that game is Wednesday, 23rd, July 23rd, 2025. The game is 12:30. That's going to be afternoon. So they're going to be watch along. We're going to be watching. I'm going to be watching it here, and then we're going to be, discussing on what we think is going on in the game. The game is going to be against AC Milan as a friendly. They are probably playing about 3 friendlies at the moment, excluding the Emirates Cup. We'll know how it looks like. But generally, what do you think, and who do you think is well prepared and well prepared for the season at the moment? Because I think Arsenal is sleeping at the moment. I don't know. I just wish this season should not start yet. I don't know if the season starting is good news for us or something. I don't know. But overall, for me, at the moment, I'm afraid of what is happening this season. Big up everybody that is watching. Don't forget to smash up the like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you will feel about what we have discussed in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching the channel. You are the reason why I do this. I love doing this anyway. I love talking about sports, and I also always look for people like mine who want to discuss sports. So if you're there out there and you know you have something, let us talk. It's open. The link is always available. If you need the link is always in the comment section. You can always smash up the likes, join up, and let us talk. Big up everybody that is watching. Don't forget to smash up the likes, subscribe, and thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace to everybody. I am out of